Good afternoon, folks. Here's some news from The Verge on Babylon 5 getting a reboot from the CW. And this is J. Michael Straczynski's thing. He's going to talk about it on Twitter and what that means to the show. So, oh boy, it's been almost, 20 years? More than that? Since, around 20 years. Since Babylon 5 was originally released. And he talked about this 3 years ago, how Warner Brothers was in charge of everything and they're not going to touch it. It's never going to come back in any shape or form. And doing it on a public crowdfunding platform like Kickstarter wouldn't work as well. So that was like, okay, we're never going to see Babylon 5 again. That was 3 years ago. All of a sudden, we heard yesterday that it's happening on the CW. So yes, it's coming back, and they're doing a reboot. Okay, a reboot. Of all things to do, why a reboot? And he's trying to give this philosophical reason, like you can't step in the same river twice. All the actors are stubbornly on the other side of the rim, meaning they've died. Now, this is a kind of a curse of Babylon 5. A lot of the actors have died after the show is done, even during the show, have died before the age of 60. And it's called the Babylon 5 curse. In case you didn't know, Michael O'Hare had a bunch of brain complications. He had his own mental conditions. Richard Biggs, I think he was 44 when he died. Jeff Conway was Zach. Andreas Katsoulis, Jakar. Tim Choate, he was Zathras, I believe. Jerry Doyle, he was 60. Robin Zacks, he had a minor role there, not a huge role. Stephen Furst. If you don't know Robin Zacks, he's well known in Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3. Stephen Furst, he was Vir Koto. So actually, Stephen had an extended lease on life as a result of him having, I think, kidney failure of some sort, and he needed a donor, and one of the fans of the show donated a kidney, and he had, a great life until 2017. So that was literally a life-saving form of fame on his part that gave him an extra, 10, 15 years. So, these are not all sad stories. Also, Mira, what's her name? She's down here on the list. Mira Furlan, there she is, died just last year. So, these actors are pretty well. This is a huge list of 75 people who have died, all various ages on this list. This list is the curse. But it's kind of like he's saying, hey, we can't get the original team back together. Why would we do a sequel? Which is kind of silly. Because if you're a writer, you can tell a sequel. Why wouldn't you? You could do a prequel. You could do all sorts of things. But he's like, no. We're going to do it all from scratch. We're going to do different things with a ton of challenging ideas to create something fresh yet similar. So now that we has more money, or the CW has more money to work with, more CGI to work with, and I don't know why he went with CW, but those are the people who are passionate for it as opposed to HBO. Fine. We're getting something Babylon 5-ish. Now, if you don't know what Babylon 5 was known for, it's for its really cheesy CGI-looking stuff. So he was saying it was the first to use CGI to create ships and characters. I'm like, not really. I think Star Trek was pretty well known for CGI ships. Characters, not so much, but they did have some. And I can't think of too many CGI characters in Babylon 5, but I'm sure they had them. They shot widescreen, 5.1. I think that's Dolby. I don't know. And this is the thing that matters the most to me, it was a plot-centric or plot-focused narrative for 5 seasons. I think around the 4th season it sort of had a giant denouement in the 5th season where they were building up other stories like Crusade and some really bad TV movies. But that's what we know it for, the story. If you guys have never seen Babylon 5, it's all about the storytelling and the plot. And if you want to see a story develop over the course of time, that's why you watch Babylon 5. Now, JMS did most of the writing work himself. However, he called in some friends of his who were very talented writers like, Neil Gaiman, who wrote 1 episode, and Harlan Ellison, who wrote 2, and he was a consultant on a few others. And the one that Gaiman wrote, I think, had to do with Penn and Teller, and they played magicians in space and what have you, who was also voiced by Harlan Ellison as well. That was a little odd. Not sure what was going on there. But these are two very well-known authors, Gaiman and Ellison. So, and JMS is pretty good himself. So the writing is good. I can tell you that much. Anything that JMS can produce, and he's done many things over the years since, has been rather entertaining, let's just say. It's well done. So the fact he gets to do his flagship, the thing he's known for, again, I'm like, great, we're getting more Babylon 5. I'm just concerned about a reboot because I don't like reboots. I think reboots are getting old. I'm getting tired of them. I want to see new stuff. So if he's saying there's going to be new stuff, it's going to be retelling, I'm like, fine. He's going to change the plots. He's going to change the episodes. He's going to change things. That's enough to get me in the door. I'm just concerned that even if it's something I really like Babylon 5, which is my favorite space opera science fiction show on TV, it's still going to be something rebooted, which I don't care for. So everyone at the CW has been very supportive, yada, yada, yada. We all love it. And we have legions of fans. I think we have legions of fans still for Babylon 5. And I don't know. It could work. It could suck. There was a big talk about how they did the remaster. And it wasn't much of a change. Yeah, you could say the colors are less bleeding. They're sharper, but not really. Well, you don't watch it for the visuals, let's just say, Babylon 5. You watch for the storytelling and the characters. Londo and Jakar end up becoming the show after a certain point. The main plot is still there. Just fantastic acting, fantastic stories, and fun science fiction stuff. I guess I'm a bit excited, but I'm also very reluctant. So, Babylon 5. Anyway, thanks for listening, folks. Have yourself a great day.